What's up, everybody? John Sharmiho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Panzerfaust, entitled The Sons of Perdition, Chapter 2, Render Unto Eden. This is released on Eisenwald. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very bleak, blasphemous, war-influenced style of black metal. Yeah. Flashback to last year when this band announced that they were going to be working on a trilogy of releases, a conceptual piece known as the Sons of Perdition. And of course, we got the very first chapter of this story in the form of War, Horrid War. This album, in my opinion, showcases Panzerfaust continually evolving with their style and their sound and their brand, and just overall becoming a very powerful force to be reckoned with within Canadian black metal and black metal in general. This band has been nothing short of consistent ever since the get-go, of course putting out a wide multitude of really solid EPs and some very memorable full-lengths, like The Winds Will Lead Us, The Dark Age of Militant Paganism, and Jehovah Jireh, The Divine Anti-Logos. Just some really top-notch full-lengths, in addition to being one of the best live bands I've ever seen. Just unbelievably frightening and intimidating stuff. And, yeah, Panzerfaust are picking up right where they left off with their last full-length album, and we now enter into their fifth full-length and the second of this conceptual trilogy entitled The Sons of Perdition, Chapter 2, Render Unto Eden. It's 5 tracks, and it clocks in at around 44 minutes in length, so this is a much lengthier record this time around. And with things being a lot lengthier, this band is continuing to put a firm grasp into their storytelling roots and just put together an album that I think is not only better than the first chapter, but just giving you a big taste of what's going to be coming from this band soon. I mean, truth be told, I can't wait for Chapter 3. I would really love to see them outdo themselves this time around. This is just a tour de force of music, not only in terms of this being a black metal record, but the fact that there's just so much diversity, so much strength, and so much attention to detail in terms of the songwriting, in terms of the music, in terms of the vocal deliveries. There's just a lot to dive into with this band. You almost feel like you're listening to something completely new here, but this is still Panzerfaust doing what they know how to do, and that is craft some unbelievably fantastic music and storytelling abilities here. You hear it on the opening moments of Promethean Fire, just the way everything builds up to the song beginning, and then later on with songs like the Faustian Pact, and then the closing track of Pascal's Wager. You can tell that this band knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to their musical abilities, just writing some incredibly memorable riffs, and there's just a lot of fantastic musical moments to be heard throughout this entire album. The riffs on this album are very plentiful, very well balanced, well articulated guitar playing going on here. Definitely that classic sort of black metal sound and style going forward with these riffs. Very well played, very well done here. The bass work on here is very awesome. I love the bass tone being punched throughout this entire record. It's just strong, it's valid, it's wonderful, and I really appreciate the attention to detail with these bass tones for these lengthier songs. I mean, take the song The Snare of the Fowler. I just love the usage of the guitar and bass tones on that track. I just think it's really awesome to listen to. The drumming on here is phenomenal. I love the pacing of the drumming. I like when it stays at a more moderate, slow tone, and then things pick up and get faster. You get that kicking double bass gallop. You have the blast beats in certain parts and instances. There's just a lot of great moments to be heard throughout this drum performance, and I think it's wildly entertaining. And when it comes to the vocals, that's something that really made the first chapter stand out as the vocal work. Not only just the gravelly, harsh vocals, the low-range gutturals, but the almost singing quality of certain tracks. I mean, I think you have the vocalist of the Russian band Arcona doing some singing on the track Promethean Fire, which I think is a really nice inclusion to the track and makes things pop and stand out a little more. But as far as the actual vocalist of Panzerfaust is concerned, you have the vocals that are more understandable and well delivered, and then you have these rough, gruff, sung sort of vocals going on here, which makes things all the more intimidating. I mean, these vocal deliveries that are being done here are incredibly solid and stellar and diverse, and I really appreciate the attention to detail being brought with this vocal performance. So overall, I think this is a far superior chapter this time around. I definitely think if you enjoyed War Hard War, I think you're going to enjoy Render into Eden that much more. It only gives me grand excitement for what the third and final chapter of this trilogy is going to be. And if it comes out in 2021, I will be at ease getting ready to jam this new record from them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Panzerfaust Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally and is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. I will leave you links to the Eisenwald store so you can purchase a copy if you are so inclined to do so. So again, the album is The Suns of Perdition, Chapter 2, Render Unto Eden by Panzerfaust. This is released on Eisenwald. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this one a very strong 9 out of 10. Definitely far better and superior than War Hard War, in my opinion. If you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, how you think it compares to previous Panzerfaust releases, or any of you guys into Panzerfaust, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Next, check out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hope out.